Just give us an overview of what you see as the value of 5G Advanced for telcos. From your perspective, why is it important?
I think the whole 5G advanced gives us a framework for really exposing our networks towards application developers, and at the same time an assured quality of service towards the customers. So you marry the technology ability to talk to your developers, ease of bringing these network exposure layers, and at the same time with 5G advanced, you're able to get the access to assure a quality for the customer. I think these are the two things which I feel a big technological enablers for us to build different use cases.
Got it. Thanks. Jitin, just building on that. So, what does that mean for users, customers of mobile networks?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, and let me start off with saying that as a technologist, David, I've never been more excited as I am about 5G Advanced, and the timing couldn't be any better than that. And I'll tell you just in a minute, why I'm so excited and why we at Nokia are so excited about it. If you look at the outside technology vectors, which is cloud and AI, they are morphing the networks like we have been in a journey for the last many few years, and it's only accelerating. Both cloud and AI are going to be instrumental how the network is going to be transformed. So that's two vectors of technology that are heavily influencing. And then when you look at the outline of 5G Advanced and the way autonomous operations, AI-driven analytics, and Mallik rightly pointed out, programmability concepts and open up the networks has been laid out in the 5G Advanced outline. It's the marrying of these two technology or multiple technology vectors leading up to ushering the networks of the future. So from my perspective and from Nokia's perspective, the timing for this vertical, for this industry can't be any better than this, especially when you look at for the last 4 or 5 years. What have we done? I call it, and we call it the 1.0 era of 5G, where we rolled out quite a bit of first wave of radios, first wave of transport, started to build 5G SA. Telefonica Germany is a great example. They are in the forefront of bleeding edge rollouts of 5G SA and adopting cloud at the fastest speed. But we need to move to the next phase of evolution. That chase to unlocking revenues with industries and enterprises, that chase to unlocking consumer immersive experiences that the promise of 5G initially had. And I believe and we believe that 5G Advance is rightly positioned to tap that chance
Got
for us.
it. Thanks, Jitin. Just bringing back Mallik on that. I mean, so what Jitin's describing sounds like a step change in 5G. Is that the way you see it?
Absolutely, it's a significant step change. If I look at it, let's say we've been deploying 5G for the last 3 years, close to 3 years. Now, initially, Jatin was mentioning, in terms of the focus was essentially going to market and then at least display the 5G logo. I mean, I think that's where we as the operators didn't do a good job. We as a technology ecosystem, both all of us didn't do a great job in terms of taking into market with uh, uh, 5G, which is a bit of uncooked. We called it as DSS in the beginning, right? Dynamic spectrum sharing between 4G and 5G. The purpose was to display the 5G capability towards the consumer. We did not really spend enough time in thinking through how does the 5G advanced or 5G standalone, right? I think standalone is a place where I clearly see personally also it's a significant step up, significant change, the way we've architected our networks, the way the programmability is going to come into picture, the way observability can come into the picture for every element what we deploy. All of it, we are doing it to simplify the networks. So we telcos, I think as an industry, we've been trying to do backward compatibility of every technology we bring in, right? You brought in 3G, 2G. I mean, it has to be backward compatible to 2G. 4G has to be backward compatible to 2G. 5G also, we thought it has to go back. But for me, 5G SA is a real step change in terms of you could decouple the legacy and invest on the future.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the 5G SA gets as an opportunity from a technology perspective. From a customer perspective, I think people start realizing the capability of the 5G technology for enterprises. About 3 years back, when we started talking about 5G to large enterprise, everybody said, "Oh, Wi-Fi can do a job, right? Wi-Fi 6 can do a job." All the CIOs in the industry 4.0 or industry side of it thought that okay, you could do with Wi-Fi. But now, when I go and talk to the customers, enterprise customers specifically, nobody questions that we need 5G. Everybody says we must. It's a mandatory, right? How do we crack it is the next level question. I mean, it's a good situation to be in, from an enterprise customer perspective.